Hi everyone, Jelaine VanHelsing here with you again today. I am working on a pretty special project and I really need your help. I need you to help me, I need you to help yourself, and I need you to help me help us help other people. So on this whole journey of Lyme disease that I've been on, I've realized that worldly there isn't as much knowledge as we should have, but especially here in Canada too, it's almost like Lyme disease doesn't exist, even though the numbers of people that are finding out that they have it is growing by the hundreds, soon the thousands, soon, you know what I'm saying. There will be so many people that find out that they actually have Lyme disease and not something else. But I need to do this study because we need to know what is a common thread between the symptoms that people have, however strange they may seem. So I have put together this list. Mine is a little bit chicken scratched. I just was able to print it off and then I could fill it out as I thought of it or remembered something else, right? Because this is something I've been living with for the last 13 years, so the symptoms I had 13 years ago aren't the same as what I have today, even as I am healing myself and my body. So I have figured that part out. I'm actually on my last stage of healing. I just know it. I'm so excited about this, feeling crappy and awesome all at the same time. So, but we need to help people figure out what this is. And, you know, from talking with other people, sweating has been a very common thread. Actually, acne behind the ears, or cystic acne or pimples or whatever, that has been a common thread so far, just from being able to talk with a few people that I know. So now if you could do your part and share this, or you have it, or you know somebody who has Lyme disease, let's help everyone figure out what this is and what to look for, because our doctors really have not much of a clue here, especially in Canada. It is, and like I've said before, it is the greatest mimicker of all other diseases. So there has to be something though. There has to be something that stands out to us. So I'm going to share with you guys just a few of the symptoms that I've had, no matter how strange or inapplicable they may seem to you, because they may be very applicable. So it'll just give you a good idea. A lot of people with Lyme disease experience some numb, paralysis, tingling, all those kind of feelings, but I have this little finger here that sweats. Like, I mean, sweats, the whole little finger. And oddly enough, when I think about it, this was my first symptom of Lyme disease actually 13 years ago. This was the first thing that went wrong. I have had an injury on this finger, ripped it apart, tamping posts, fencing on a staple that was stuck in the post. So that's kind of strange. And when I think about that and put that together in the human body, it's like, there's something there. And obviously, you know, being that I had an injury there before, it makes it more susceptible for these horrible spirochetes of Lyme disease to attack in my body. So, but this little finger will sweat, like absolutely run sweat, and like right down to my wrist and everything. Like it's like strange. Like I'll wrap a towel around it even, because it'll drive me crazy for hours and hours. Like right now I'm actually having different bouts of having this little finger sweat, but that's actually telling me that these things are leaving my body through the healing process. I'm like revisiting something that I had years ago. This little finger actually started sweating 20 years ago when I was pregnant with my first child. So that is also pretty strange, because it's taking energy out of my body, it's not able to function properly, right? The normal process of the body, like pregnancy, adolescence, our periods that we have every month, menopause, all these things require a lot of energy from our body to go through this. So this is another thing that I've really noticed with Lyme disease, is that these normal functions of my human body take so much out of me that the symptoms I experience with Lyme disease actually are intensified and more enhanced than ever. So I also cough when I clean my right ear with a Q-tip. And no, I don't stick it in too far. I have been doing this for almost 40 years, so I know how to be gentle and how to do it properly. It's just weird that I would cough. Like just to touch the inside of my ear slightly with that Q-tip and I'm coughing. Another very strange thing. Yeah, I've had weird pain, tingling in all parts of my body, basically from the top of my head to the tips of my toes. Poor memory. This is one that's really messed with me in the future in the past, because I have great memory. I have ability to remember this and that, and just, it was not normal. So other people would say, oh, I'm like that all the time. It's like, no, I'm not though. So this is strange. This is something that is not normal within my own body. I lost my eyesight a few times. Full body sweats. So I've had points in my life where I have like not even bothered to get dressed because I would just sweat so bad that my clothes would be soaking wet. I would just sit in a towel all day long and do my work because there was no point getting dressed. I just changed the towel, the next towel to the next towel to the next. Abnormal hyperhidrosis, as they would call it in the medical world. But mostly like our armpits, our groin, these are areas of higher sweat glands that would be, normal to sweat there. But when there's an excessive amount, that is of concern. So that is something I have experienced. I know a few other people that have experienced that through the day. So to be living like that, or even just like armpits, being soaking wet, soaking through shirts constantly, and a lot of it having to do with different stress, raising that up, or like I said, the normal functions of the body that increase that. So also sweating at night. I have had extreme night sweats for years now. Slowly getting better, thank God. So like I have changed my clothes 5 or 6 times in the night and slept on 3 different towels. Like, this is not normal. This is not okay in any way. Finally, after a few years of that, I'm like, I better take my temperature when I go to sleep at night. And yes, I was so right that I should do that, because I found that I actually have a low-grade fever every single night when I sleep. And that was actually what really confirmed with me that I had Lyme disease, because I know that when our body is fevering, we're fighting something. Well, for the medical doctors to give me a diagnosis of MS, and then my body is responding like I'm trying to fight something out of there, trying to get it out of my body, that's strange, and that doesn't make any sense at all. I actually have trouble with healing injuries too, which is what I noticed. And I mean, yeah, some people might dismiss that as just getting older, but no, it should be healing faster. I know it should be healing faster. And I'm talking like even weeks and months slower than what I think I should already be healed. And I'm a very healthy person, so this is something very wrong in my body. That tells me something very wrong. stress is also very damaging. Like, it's very damaging to all of us, but most people don't notice the huge impact that stress has on us, because it's like Lyme disease makes us hypersensitive to everything. So if we're in a stressful situation or an argument, or somebody's done something horrible or whatever, it's negative, something negative is eating at you, you feel it. You feel it. Every symptom that you have is worse. Falling over, you know, bad balance, hearing. I don't have very good hearing at all. Like, you should see how funny some of these hearing problems I have are, actually. And even my kids make fun of me. I never realized even how much I lip read until I watched a video where the audio didn't match up with the video, right? And then it's like, oh, I'm a professional lip reader now due to my loss of hearing. Just overall feeling of depression or tired or blah, you know, if you understand that. Like, do you feel blah? You know, it's not necessarily depressed or tired or anything, just blah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And also just an abnormal extreme exhaustion. No matter how much sleep you get, no matter how well you look after yourself, you're exhausted. And yeah, I think that probably gives you guys a pretty good idea of just kind of how it could be anything, and just some of those strange, weird things that happen to you. So anyway, if you could help me out, that would be awesome. I did put on my website, which you can find in this description below the video, my website there. And on the bottom header titles, you'll find Lyme disease. And there you will find the different formats. I have a Word and a PDF that you can download, print off, fill in, whatever works best for you, and then email it back to me. And please share this. I'm hoping to get as much input as I can on this to really truly be able to help people and get a better understanding of what Lyme disease really is. Thanks guys. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week.